Eat Tom, he had 20,000 pounds and a single burning ambition to get rich. Like many of us, Tom wondered where to start. Should he dive into the world of stocks or try his luck with real estate? The possibilities seemed endless and the excitement was real. But as Tom pondered his options, he realized he needed some advice. That's when he turned to his friend James, hoping for some guidance on his journey to wealth. Tom reached out to his friend James, eager to get some clarity. He asked the classic question, stocks or real estate? James, ever the optimist, replied with a twist, why not both? Tom couldn't help but laugh, joking, bro, I can lose money twice. Their conversation set the tone for Tom's adventure, full of hope, humor, and a little bit of uncertainty. With James's encouragement, Tom decided to explore both paths, ready to see where his money could take him. Tom started by investing in a diversified portfolio of stocks. He watched the numbers on his screen, feeling a rush every time they ticked upward. For a while, things looked great. His investments were growing, and Tom felt like a genius. The thrill of seeing his money work for him was addictive, and he began to imagine a future filled with financial freedom. But as anyone who's invested knows, the market has a mind of its own. Suddenly, the market took a turn for the worse. Tom's portfolio, which had been climbing, started to fall. Panic set in. He called James in a frenzy, exclaiming, James, I'm broke. But James, calm as ever, asked a simple question, did you sell? Tom admitted he hadn't. James reassured him, then calm down. It was a lesson in patience and perspective, one that every investor learns sooner or later. Not one to give up, Tom decided to try his hand at real estate. He bought a rental property, picturing a smooth process. Rent comes in, the mortgage gets paid, and Tom gets rich. It seemed simple enough. He imagined passive income flowing in, building his wealth effortlessly. But as Tom would soon discover, real estate comes with its own set of challenges and surprises. So when things seemed to be going well, disaster struck. The boiler in Tom's rental property broke and the repair bill was a whopping 1,200 pounds. Tom stared at the invoice in disbelief, muttering, I hate real estate. It was a harsh reminder that property investment isn't always smooth sailing. Unexpected expenses can pop up at any time, testing your patience and your budget. Despite the setbacks, Tom didn't quit. He kept investing, kept saving, and most importantly, kept learning. Each challenge became a lesson, and each lesson made him a better investor. Tom realized that building wealth wasn't about avoiding problems, it was about facing them head-on and staying committed to his goals no matter what. Fast forward 5 years, Tom decided to check on his investments. He was curious to see how his stocks and real estate had performed over time. To his surprise, both had grown significantly. His stocks had recovered and increased in value while his property had built up equity. The power of time and patience was starting to show. Tom added up his investment-related wealth and was amazed to see the total, over 70,000 pounds. What started as 20,000 pounds had more than tripled. It was a moment of pride and reflection. Tom realized that the journey had been full of ups and downs, but his commitment had paid off. He couldn't help but smile, thinking back to all the lessons he'd learned along the way. Curious, Tom turned to James and asked, so which made me rich, stocks or real estate? It was the question that had started his journey, and now he wanted to know the answer. James paused, then replied with a smile, neither. Tom was puzzled. If it wasn't stocks or real estate, then what was the secret to his success? James explained, consistency. That single word held the key to Tom's journey. It wasn't about picking the perfect investment or timing the market just right. It was about sticking with a strategy through good times and bad and letting time do its work. Tom finally understood what it really takes to build wealth. Tom realized that chasing the perfect investment wasn't necessary. The real secret was having a plan he could stick with no matter what the market was doing. Whether stocks were up or down or the boiler decided to break, Tom's commitment to his strategy made all the difference. It was a powerful lesson in discipline and patience. There were times when the market was green and everything seemed easy. Tom enjoyed the ride, but he didn't let success go to his head. He remembered James's advice and stayed focused on his long-term goals. The key was to keep going, even when things looked bright and promising. Of course, there were also times when the market turned red. It was tempting to panic or make impulsive decisions, but Tom learned to stay calm. He trusted his plan and remembered that consistency would see him through. The market's ups and downs were just part of the journey. Sometimes, life threw curveballs like a broken boiler that suddenly became Tom's financial advisor. These moments tested his resolve, but Tom learned to take them in stride. Every challenge was an opportunity to grow and reinforce his commitment to his strategy. Over time, Tom saw his wealth grow steadily. It wasn't always dramatic, but the progress was real. Each year, his investments became more valuable and his confidence grew. The combination of time, consistency, and patience was working its magic. Tom made mistakes along the way, but he didn't let them stop him. Instead, he used each setback as a learning opportunity. Whether it was a market crash or a costly repair, Tom grew wiser with every experience. His journey was about progress, not perfection. In addition to investing, Tom made a habit of saving regularly. He set aside money each month, building a financial cushion for emergencies and future opportunities. Saving became a key part of his wealth-building strategy, giving him peace of mind and flexibility. Tom never stopped learning. He read books, followed financial news, and talked to other investors. The more he learned, the better his decisions became. Knowledge empowered him to navigate challenges and seize new opportunities. Tom's decision to diversify investing in both stocks and real estate helped him manage risk. When one investment struggled, the other often performed better. Diversification became a cornerstone of his strategy, providing balance and stability. Patience was one of Tom's greatest assets. He learned that wealth doesn't appear overnight. By staying patient and giving his investments time to grow, Tom achieved results that exceeded his expectations. The journey was long, but the rewards were worth it. Whenever Tom faced setbacks, he reminded himself of his long-term goals. Whether it was a market downturn or an expensive repair, he stayed focused on the bigger picture. Setbacks were temporary, but his commitment was unwavering. Tom accepted that uncertainty is part of investing. Markets fluctuate, properties need repairs, and surprises are inevitable. By embracing uncertainty, Tom became more resilient and adaptable, ready to handle whatever came his way. Having a friend like James made a big difference for Tom. Their conversations provided encouragement, perspective, and sometimes a good laugh. A support system can help you stay motivated and grounded, especially during tough times. Tom learned to celebrate his wins no matter how small. Each milestone, whether a growing portfolio or a paid-off repair, was a step closer to his goals. Celebrating progress kept him motivated and reminded him of how far he'd come. Regularly reviewing his investments helped Tom stay on track. He checked his portfolio, assessed his property's value, and made adjustments as needed. Staying informed allowed him to make smarter decisions and avoid costly mistakes. As markets and circumstances changed, Tom adapted his strategy. Flexibility was key to navigating new challenges and seizing opportunities. He wasn't afraid to make changes when necessary, always keeping his long-term goals in mind. Tom learned not to panic during market downturns. Instead of making impulsive decisions, he stayed calm and stuck to his plan. This discipline helped him avoid losses and stay focused on long-term growth. Tom benefited from learning from others' experiences. He listened to stories, sought advice, and applied valuable lessons to his own journey. Community and shared knowledge made him a smarter, more confident investor. No matter what happened, Tom stuck to his investment plan. Consistency was his guiding principle, helping him weather storms and enjoy successes. Over time, this discipline paid off in ways he never expected. Tom discovered the power of compound growth. As his investments earned returns, those returns began to earn even more. Over time, this snowball effect accelerated his wealth building, showing the true value of patience and consistency. Investing can be an emotional roller coaster. Tom learned to manage his emotions, staying level-headed during both highs and lows. Emotional control became a crucial skill for long-term success. As Tom's wealth grew, so did his sense of financial freedom. He had more choices, less stress, and greater peace of mind. The journey wasn't always easy, but the rewards were life-changing. Tom kept his motivation high by setting new goals and celebrating progress. Each achievement fueled his drive to keep going. Motivation was the engine that powered his journey to wealth. Failure was part of Tom's story, but it didn't define him. Each failure taught him something valuable, making him a stronger and wiser investor. Embracing failure was essential to his growth. Tom always kept a long-term vision in mind. He didn't get distracted by short-term noise or quick wins. His focus on the future helped him make better decisions and stay on course. Wealth building was Tom's only priority. He made time for friends, hobbies, and relaxation. A balanced life kept him happy and healthy, making his financial journey more enjoyable. Looking back, Tom realized that consistency was his greatest achievement. Sticking to his plan through thick and thin made all the difference. Consistency turned his dream into reality. Time played a crucial role in Tom's journey. The longer he stayed invested, the more his wealth grew. Time, combined with consistency and patience, was the ultimate wealth-building formula. Tom reflected on his journey from £20,000 to over £70,000. The path was filled with challenges, lessons, and victories. Each step taught him something new, shaping him into a successful investor and a wiser person. Tom now shares his story with others, hoping to inspire them on their own journeys. His message is simple: you don't need the perfect investment, just a strategy you can stick with no matter what. The real secret to building wealth isn't a hot stock tip or a perfect property. It's time, consistency, and patience. These three ingredients work together to create lasting success no matter where you start. Tom's journey proves that anyone can build wealth with the right mindset and habits. It's not about luck or timing, it's about making smart choices and sticking with them. The road may be long, but the destination is worth it. Now it's your turn to start your own journey. Remember Tom's lessons: invest wisely, stay consistent, and be patient. With time, you can achieve your financial dreams just like Tom did. To sum it all up, the formula for building wealth is simple: time plus consistency plus patience. Stick with it and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. The journey may have its ups and downs, but the rewards are truly worth it.